Hello students, now we are taking the new chapter 10, light, reflection and the refraction in the standard 10 science. So first of all, we can say that whatever we are taking the object seen around us, how we can see the object around us. When the light is falls on the object, then the light is reflected from that object and it enter in our eye, and our eye sense the light due to the brain. So we can see the objects as it is. If you go in the dark room and there is no light, then there is any object in the room, dark room, then you cannot see the object. If the light is fall on that object and it is reflect and enter into your eye, then only you can see the object. So in this chapter we will take the light phenomena like the reflection, refraction, and we can also study the other phenomena like the image formation by the spherical mirror and the lens. Okay, so now today we are taking the concept of the light. First of all, what is the light? Light is the one type of the wave. It is known as the electromagnetic wave. It is the combination of the electric field and the magnetic field. The electric field is vibrate in the plus y direction and the magnetic field is vibrate into the z direction, which is perpendicular to the y direction. So electric wave and magnetic wave, they combinedly propagate in the one direction, and this combination of the electric wave and the magnetic wave is known as the electromagnetic wave. So the speed of the light here is given by the 3 into 10 raised to 8 meter per second. Light, that is taken as the light wave, and the light wave does not require any medium to propagate. If there is a medium, then also it will pass from the medium, but the medium should be transparent medium like the glass, water and the plastic, transparent plastic. Okay, so this light is taken as the electromagnetic wave as well as it is the non-mechanical wave because it does not require any medium. If you pass the light from one hole made in the cardboard, then it will pass in a straight line. Okay, so light is follow the straight line path here. So there are the properties of the light we are taking. One phenomena is known as the reflection and other phenomena is known as the refraction. So in this chapter we will study about the reflection and the refraction. Reflection, there are the two laws of the reflection. If we are taking the one light incident on the object, then that light is known as the incident ray. There are the so many rays come from the light source. Okay, so to represent the light we are using the ray. The ray is the imaginary concept. It is the geometrical representation and it is imaginary representation. So we can draw it by the arrow. Okay, and it is known as the ray. So there are so many light rays, they are traveling in the straight line path, and when this light is incident on the object, then we can say that that light is the incident ray. That is the incident ray. One ray we are taking the incident ray. At the point of incidence, if you draw the normal, okay, then it makes the angle with the normal. That angle is known as the angle of incidence, theta I. And at the point of incidence it will reflect and it is going in the same plane, in the same medium. Okay, so the reflected ray we are taking in the same plane. This reflected ray makes the angle with the normal drawn. This normal we have drawn, it is also imaginary concept. We have imagined the normal. So the first rule of the law of reflection is that the angle of incidence is equal to angle of reflection here. Same way, the second rule is the incident ray, normal and the reflected ray, they are in the same plane. Incident ray normal and the reflected ray, they are in the same plane. Okay, so these are the two rules of the law of reflection. Now if you are taking the reflection, then the light is incident on the object surface. So first of all we have to check the surface of the object. So there are the two type of the surface. One is the regular surface, other is the irregular surface. In the regular surface we are taking the smooth surface like the glass, or the we can take the smooth surface like the plastic surface, smooth surface. In this surface there are no ups downs are on the surface. It is the very smooth surface. Okay, so we can take the another example, that is the plane mirror. So plane mirror surface is also very smooth surface. So first type is the regular reflection. In the regular reflection, when the light is incident on the smooth surface, then it is reflect back in the same plane, and here all the rays, light rays, they are parallel to each other. Either it is the incident ray or the reflected ray. In both the case, the rays are parallel to each other and equidistant. So this type of the reflection is known as the regular reflection. Okay, we can take the example is the glass plate, the reflection from the smooth glass plate and the reflection from the plane mirror or the spherical mirror. Second type is given by the irregular surface. The irregular surface, what is the meaning of the irregular surface? The surface in which there are so many ups and downs are coming. Okay, the surface parts are having the ups and downs, ups and downs. If you see from the magnifying glass, okay, then you can check this also. So this is the irregular surface. We can take the example wood, table, book, etc. So in the irregular surface, what happens when the light is incident at different points? The light is incident, then the light is reflect back in the same plane. So here the light rays are not parallel to each other. You are taking the so many rays, so these light rays, they are not parallel to each other. After reflection also, the reflected rays are also not parallel to each other. So this type of the reflection is known as the irregular reflection. Okay, now another concept we are taking about the reflection, that we can use the spherical mirror, okay, to obtain the image. We get the spherical mirror. In the spherical mirror we are taking the two types, concave mirror and the convex mirror. And another type of the mirror we are taking plane mirror, which we are using in our home. To see ourselves, we are taking the plane mirror. So in the plane mirror, how the reflection takes place? When you are taking the plane mirror, the light is incident on the plane mirror, either from the object, from the tree or any object. Then it is reflect back, and we can extend the reflected ray behind the mirror. So we get the image of the object due to the plane mirror, that is the erect, virtual, and it is behind the mirror, and the size of the image is that of the size of the object. Okay, so in this way we get the reflection by the plane mirror. Now another type, we are taking the convex mirror and the concave mirror. So what is the convex mirror and concave mirror? How it is formed? If we are taking the spherical cell, one spherical cell, and this spherical cells, we are cut one part from left side or the right side, one curved part if you are cutting, and then we get this type of the shape, in which if you make polished one side, then we get the one mirror. If you get polished other side, then we get the another mirror. So if the inner side is polished, then outer side is become reflected. Then this type of the mirror is known as the convex mirror. Same way, if we polish the outer side and inner side is reflected, in that case we get the concave mirror. So we can draw the symbol of the convex mirror and concave mirror is like this. What happens when the light is incident? When the light is incident on the concave mirror or the convex mirror, any type of the mirror can follow the law of reflection. Okay, that is the theta I is equal to theta R, angle of incidence is equal to angle of reflection, and incident ray, reflected ray and normal, they are in the same plane. This rule is equally applicable to all type of the spherical mirror. Before starting we are taking some concept related to the light phenomena related to the convex mirror and concave mirror. So if you are taking the spherical cell and if you cut the one part, okay, then from that part you can make the convex mirror and the concave mirror. So first term is known as the center of curvature and radius of curvature. Radius of curvature. What is the radius of curvature? The radius of the spherical cell from which concave mirror or the convex mirror is formed is known as the radius of curvature. In the same way, the center of the spherical cell is known as the center of curvature. The center of spherical cell from which the concave mirror or the convex mirror is formed is known as the center of curvature C. Another point, pole. What is the pole? It is the center of the concave mirror or the convex mirror. Center of the mirror is known as the pole. The diameter of the mirror is known as the aperture. Another term we are taking, it is the principal axis. What is the principal axis? It is the imaginary line drawn which join pole to the center of curvature, PC. So the line joint, imaginary line joint is known as the principal axis. Parallel rays. What is mean by the parallel rays? The parallel rays, that is the rays, light rays which are parallel to the principal axis or horizontal axis is known as the parallel rays. Another term we are taking the principal focus. When the light is incident on the mirror, so we can say the rays are incident on the mirror. After reflection, if the reflected rays are meet or focused at one point, they are meet at one point, single point, then this point is known as the principal focus. The incident rays which are coming from the infinite distance are parallel to each other. So we can say in another way, when the parallel rays are incident on the mirror, after reflection, these rays meet at one point on the principal axis, then we get the point known as the principal focus. The distance from the pole to the focus is known as the focal length. Okay, and the distance from the pole to the center of curvature is known as the radius of curvature, R. So we can say that PC is equal to capital R and P capital F is known as the small f, that is known as the focal length. So now if you are taking any one object and if you put the mirror in front of the object, then we get the image of that object. How the image is formed? When we are taking the more than two rays, incident rays, and that rays incident at one point on the mirror from the object, after reflection these two rays meet at one point, then we get the image at that point of the object. So minimum two rays are required to form the image. You can take the so many rays, but minimum 2 rays are required, and minimum 2 rays you can take easily. So to get the image formation, we are drawing the ray diagram of the concave mirror or the convex mirror. So in this way the image is formed. We are taking the two type of the image. One is the real image and other is the virtual image. What is the real image? If the incident ray reflected from the mirror, after reflection the rays are actually met at the one single point, then at the single point we get the real image. The condition that the rays should actually meet at the point, then we get the image. So that image is known as the real image. The real image we can obtain on the screen also. You can take the paper also as a screen, or the any wall like a screen. So real image can be obtained on the screen. Another type is the virtual image. When the reflected rays are not meet at the single point, but if you extended them in backward direction, then they are appear to meet. In that case we get the image that is known as the virtual image. So in the convex mirror we get the virtual image, and in the concave mirror we are getting the real image. But there are the different cases. In the different cases we are obtain the virtual as well as the real image in both the mirror. So we will study this type of the image formation in the next session. Thank you.